right. Well, Jordan, you want to get the totals for us? Before you get the totals, whether you hate the people in your life or love them, you should tell them about the dudes. We bring people together. The highest compliment our dudes can give us is a referral of their friends and family. Just remember, don't be rude. Share the dudes. Really helps us out. Jordan, what were the lines from, or what were the totals?
Instead of making someone feel special by giving them a hug, just send them our podcast.
Yeah, that's a great
Make
Christmas
them feel
gift.
warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, maybe. Would that be a white elephant Christmas gift, or would that be just?
No, that's a great Christmas gift.
Yeah, or birthday.
And if you want to give us a gift, early Christmas gift, leave us a review.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, you know what, Phil? You were on fire today.
Dude,
Or another
Lego?
gift to give to your family is some of our merch.
Oh, yes.
Merch.
Seth,
Yes.
yes.
Get some
Clap it up,
Seth,
Seth. We hired him for something.
Yeah.
So I know
Here's the
Trent.
thing,
I know
none of that
Trent,
was- go ahead,
Trent
Seth.
does love to do holiday themed merch, so you can look for some Thanksgiving merch maybe coming out soon. A turkey bowl,
Yeah, Seth, is a turkey bowl shirt might be pretty good actually. I need to
we're
get
super
get on the double
Christmas
with that.
themed shirt,
Christmas
Yeah.
theme shirt.
Ugly
Definitely
sweater.
a Christmas shirt.
Christmas
Ugly-
for sure.
yeah,
Ugly sweater. Wow, guys.
Yeah, maybe eggnog shirt,
Is that like a sweater?
mistletoe.
Whose
Noggers.
face would we put on there for an ugly sweater?
I think
all
all
four
of us. All
All
of us.
four
Yeah.
of us?
Maybe that's how we reveal Seth's face to our listeners.
Yeah.
It has to be a really ugly thing.
I don't know. I don't know if they put that many curves on a sweater. But anyways,
Burn.
all right, Jordan, give us the total. Yeah, if you want some of that merch, go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. Really, and just check it out. Sign up for our dudes letter. Jordan, what are our totals from last week, though?
So good week for all of us. Trent came in last at 9-4.
That's becoming a theme.
I can't get into the double digits.
Phill and Seth 10-3, and I am your winner at 12-1.
All right.
Oh
Jordan.
wow, Jordan.
12-1.
I think my only miss was
I might demand a recount.
the only miss was the Buffalo. We all got Buffalo wrong. So other than that, I picked Detroit when Phill didn't want to even go. Phill went against his Lions. Yeah, it was a good week for most of us though.
Yeah. Trent went 9-3. That's not bad.
Wait, I can't believe I picked the Packers over Detroit.
Yeah, you did.
That's bad.
So we have the total. The total here is Trent is in last place with 74-62. Me and Phill and I are tied at 81-55. And Seth is in first place at 86-50. So Phill and I are 5 games back of Seth.
Seth has been cleaning house.
All right. If you want to watch these picks, we're getting to do our game preview right now. You can go and follow us on YouTube at tffdudes. So youtube.com/tffdudes, or just search tffdudes. Phil, you're our YouTube expert. But anyways, yeah, give us a subscribe and thumbs up and a comment on YouTube. That helps us out as well. I don't know, maybe you want to just, see the dudes, and not just hear us whispering in your ears. You might want to look at us, get lost in our eyes. Anyways, Jordan, give
You mean Phill?
Phil, yeah, give us this matchup here. Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime.
All right.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm just, I'm hyped. I'm ready to run through a brick wall. Just watched the Jeff Saturday video.
All right. That's a good name, huh? Saturday.
It's better than Sunday.
Yeah.
Or Monday.
I feel like Sunday. You should like Sunday. There's a lot of good things that happen on Sunday.
Yeah, but just last name wise, I don't know. I think Saturday.
Ice cream Sunday.
That's true, but I think
I
it's
think you're
spelled
talking
different.
yourself out of it.
No, but out of all the names of the week that you could have a last name, do you really want to be Wednesday or Tuesday or Monday?
I think if you have to choose, it's Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Friday. Friday night's a great last name.
All right.
Hey,
All right.
this
So let's
matchup.
jump into we're going to jump into the Thursday night matchup after that very awkward transition via Trent, via whatever's via his brain magic, whatever's going on there. We have Atlanta at Carolina. The current spread right now is 2.5, and Atlanta is favored by 2.5. The current total is 42.5. You guys want to hop in here? We can kind of probably make this a quick one. Also, this is no longer a who will be in first game. Although the Panthers are not close. They played each other 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
They played each other 2 weeks ago.
That was a wild game.
Wild game. Came down to the kickers. The Bucks are now in first, correct?
Yes, but it's
If Atlanta wins, they may regain first if the Bucks lose, I think.
Atlanta is, what is Atlanta's record here? I'm pulling it up right here. I believe Carolina's 4-5, just going from, just shooting from the hip.
Carolina's 2-7, Saints is 3-6, Falcons 4-5, Bucks 4-5.
So they're all 4-5, but the Bucks are currently in first. And so if the Falcons win and the Bucks lose, Falcons could be in first place.
The total seems low to me. This game it was 37-34 last week. I think the total has gone down though. I think the weather might be really bad, super windy. So
Baker Mayfield's the starting quarterback.
no, PJ Walker's starting.
Oh, is he start?
Yes.
I need to do my pregame research. Sorry about that.
But the total seems a little low to me. But I don't know. I think there's some good starts here, Trent.
Yeah, you
There's
look
some good plays here.
Yeah, you look at like not the Panthers. You look at the Falcons running backs. They're going to keep running the ball. Huntley had 99 yards last week, but he had a 40-yard run, and I think he had a 20-plus yard run. So most of those came out of 2 carries. This is a team that wants to run the ball. I don't know if – and the thing is
It's a 3-way split for what it's worth. It's about 30.
Do you have the percentages on that?
And correction, it was Algier that had 99.
Algier, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But Huntley still played 20% of the snaps.
JC Horn, like he's a rookie corner and he's not getting the respect he deserves. Like he's actually having a really good year. Everyone's talking about Sauce Gardner. Like I know Mariota said he thinks he can get Pitts involved more this week. I don't know if they line JC Horn up on him or if they put him on Drake London, but JC Horn, he's that's a pretty good draft pick they have. That defense isn't bad.
So Carolina's defense is pretty good, but their weakness is the run.
Mm-hmm.
They're bad against the run. So we got Cordell Patterson, 38% snaps, Algier, 41% snaps, Huntley, 21% snaps. I would imagine Patterson's workload goes up a little bit.
Yep.
But I don't think it's at the expense of Algier. I think it'd be at the expense of Huntley. I mean, Algier's like their 5th-round draft pick.
Yeah. Looking at this game, the Panthers just had the Bengals, who have been struggling to run the ball,
And just ran all over
Joe
them.
Mixon ran all over
No,
them.
it's
a good spot for running
it's a
backs.
really good passing matchup for Carolina against the Falcons, who are not good against the pass. And it's an awesome matchup for Atlanta to run the ball. So I think this is going to be a run heavy offense on the Atlanta side, pass heavy on the Carolina side, and I think PJ Walker is a bounce back game here.
Yeah,
And in turn, I think DJ Moore has a really good game.
this
here.
is the game I wished for on Thursday Night Football a couple weeks ago, and it actually happened. I think this could be a good game on Prime. Is there anything else? Is there like I know you don't really want to go with like a Hail Mary play on Thursday Night Football. You know what
Terrence Marshall will be the one that I was thinking
I mean?
about.
Or Demir Bird.
Yeah, he was not involved last week that much.
He wasn't.
What is Cordell Patterson's?
He's rostered pretty high.
No.
Oh.
No. What was the prize picks?
It was 35.5 rushing yards.
On the
So I'm
taco,
talking
but you
AJ.
can't even count that. It was 49.5, and now it's 53.5.
But what is the what was his share again? 28.
38% snaps,
Oh,
but
okay, that
he
makes me
had
feel a little bit better.
He had let's see, he had 13 rushing attempts to Algier's 10, and Cordell Patterson did have more red zone carries. He had 2 touchdowns, third one called back. So
Yeah, it's close there. I mean, 52.5. The Panthers usually giving up about 139. Let's say he's running on 38% of his snaps, and that's only about.
he's gonna
50
get
yards.
like 15 carries probably in
Okay.
this game.
Yeah.
That's what I would assume.
I'm going to go with Falcons win this game in Carolina on Thursday Night Football and keep fighting for that playoff spot. I don't know why they are, but that's what I'm going to say. Atlanta wins this game. I don't know if anyone's going any different there. You like DJ Moore, though, actually, Jordan?
I do like
You
DJ
like
Moore. I mean, I like his prize picks prop, and I think he's a bounce back week.
All right. Phil?
This one's a tough one. I'm going to go Panthers. It's Phillip Walker. Got to ride or die with my namesake.
I'm going Falcons.
All right, moving on. Here.
I'm gonna take.
Sorry, Jordan.
Who won this game the first time?
The Panthers should have won, but remember DJ Moore ripped his helmet off?
That's right.
I'm pretty sure the Falcons won that game.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Atlanta.
And we're in week 10, man. Like, this is double-digit weeks, Like, I don't know. Kind of special. Phil, guess the next game.
Willkommen in Deutschland. That's welcome to Germany.
Oh, nice.
This game's
yeah.
in Germany. That was
yeah,
a good
it's in
lookup,
Munich.
right?
Yeah, yeah, in Munich.
That was a good one, right?
Oh, you
guys
didn't
like
know
that?
that.
Phil,
You didn't know that?
your German came out of you
I
right there.
just
Well,
said I just.
well, danke. That means thank you in German.
All
I'm
right,
pretty sure.
there you go. Welcome to Germany. We have Seahawks at Tampa Bay. This is the game that should have happened last week when I was talking about we're all up at 6 a.m. anyhow because of the time change. This game should have been scheduled for last week. I blame Roger Goodell for scheduling it this week. Hopefully for all of you guys, you're still waking up a little bit early. You're going to be able to catch this game. I know I am. My Seahawks are playing. Technically, Tampa Bay is at home. They're currently favored right now by 3. The current total right now is 44.5. What do you guys want to talk about with this one?
Is it crazy that Tampa's favored in this game, Jordan? Because I was listening to a show earlier, and they're just like, it's weird that just Vegas is not giving Seattle any love this year.
No, they're not. They
And,
don't
like,
believe that they're actually
they
good.
still, yeah. But they're
Same
just
with
waiting.
it's like the Giants and the Jets. Like they're these teams that were overachieving this year compared to what people thought. And it's just Vegas doesn't believe it, right? Because their priors are so strong what they felt coming into the season.
What do you have to say about that, Phil? You know, like, what do you got to say to Vegas for just doubting your Hawks?
I feel like Geno Smith said it way better, but
Yep.
Seth, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Nope, you're gonna say it right now. Go.
Yeah. We
no,
didn't
you,
fight back.
no, you go. No,
But
you
how
go.
about the, did you see the,
Let's cut this out, Trent.
Yeah.
You should have brought it up.
No, did you see what was Trent, did you send me this on Instagram? Seth, you don't have Instagram, so you didn't send it to me. Someone sent me something where it was like, you know, we have Gino really paying attention to the wristband.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it seems
yeah.
like we seems and then Russell Wilson responded later. He's like, won a lot of games without the wristband.
Pete Carroll
said, yeah, the wristband seems to really work with him. And, you know, we had resistance in the past. With
That's
that.
what I'm saying. And then Russell Wilson kind of barked back. But I mean, you know, on Russell's, you know, 4-5 or 3-5 Broncos team, I'm sure he probably wishes he had a wristband on. So what do I have to say about the Seattle team? I think we're gonna win this game. I think we have been surprising teams week after week. And I hate saying we because I'm obviously not a part of the franchise. Or
In spirit, you are,
You're
though.
close enough to being as close as you can be not being a part of the franchise to being part of the franchise, you're there.
yeah, I've been to Seattle before.
Yeah. So there you go.
I've been to the stadium. Anyhow, I mean, this could be a quick game. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird game. Obviously, it's in Germany, so it's, you know, obviously time change, all of that jazz. What do you guys want to say?
I think Seattle, can run the ball on them.
That's what I was
think
going to
Kenneth
say.
Walker can
It's-
play.
It's a much better matchup in the run game for Seattle in the past, which is kind of weird because I feel like in the past years it's been flipped. Like Tampa Bay's always been a really good run defense.
Yep.
Not as good against the pass. This year, statistically speaking, like they're not good against the run and they're much better against the pass. So it's a little weird to me, but I think Ken Walker's a great start here. You're playing Ken Walker. Lockett and DK, you're playing. Just one guy to keep a note on, D. Eskridge is really seeing a snap count increase. Played 53% of the snaps last week. So just a guy to keep an eye on for the future, I think. We'll see how that works.
Probably a decent game. Well, obviously, Evans is going to have a big game, but Seattle's going to give up passing yards.
Yeah, you know, Seattle's actually been pretty good defensively last. You know, they started off the season really bad. They've actually been pretty good defensively the last 4 or 5 weeks.
They're 20th right now in passing yards given up.
Okay, I mean, they were like really bad the first.
That might have been a factor from the first couple of weeks, but I still
Yeah.
think they're giving up at times some decent passes.
Godwin, Evans, Fournette. I think the 3 guys on the Buccaneers side, I guess. Fournette, there's a little. Rashad White is starting
some
to
rumblings.
creep up on Fournette. So
I spent 20 fab on White this week, hoping that Fournette just gets replaced. So
it's definitely possible. I mean, I think he was like a 3rd round draft pick somewhere in there. So I wouldn't be surprised, and this is a really good spot for Ken Walker.
Yeah, I tweeted today. I put, would it surprise or is it possible Tom Brady finishes within top 12 rest of season?
It's possible because he's throwing the ball 40
Yeah.
times, 50 times a game.
And they have to win. They're in first place. You know, they're tied for first place. Like
And they're gonna really know because the Thursday night game's gonna already happen.
Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, so like, I just don't want Tom Brady to make playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like when he makes playoffs, you don't know what can happen. Like it can just be wild, you know. So, you know, the Bucks, they aren't playing great, but they're staying alive. And with that, I think I'm gonna go with Bucks. even though they don't look great. I know they scraped out a win right there. It just takes Brady to get some rhythm. He is better in like November and December historically.
He likes the cold weather.
I guess like he plays well in it, but I don't know what the weather's like in Germany there. I assume it's not a dome. Seems like most soccer
I don't
fields are
think
not
so.
domes.
No.
So, yeah, I'm going to go Bucks win this one.
Hawks, baby. I'm going to say that I think the Hawks are going to give it to them this week.
I got Seattle. I think the Buccaneers are no good. I think Seattle's better than what I thought they were going to be. I like Seattle here.
You're firing me up, Jordan. I'm going to Seattle, obviously, as well. I'm about to pound my chest.
Wait. You're going to Seattle or you're going Seattle?
Maybe a little of both, honestly.
If you're in Seattle
so
and you have a
fired
watch
up.
party, give Phil a call. Might make a commute.
No, what we should do is we've been talking about going to a Raiders game to do it at one of those.
We should go to Munich.
No, but
Oh.
they have one in Seattle. They have a like one of those. Jordan, what am
Top golf?
No, Jordan. What am I? You're so dumb. Jordan, what am I thinking of? Where you can go and just watch all the games and do
Sports bar?
Applebee's?
like a sports book. They have
Sports book.
Yeah, they have a sports book place where you can go and watch all the games. Emerald City Casino, I believe is what it's called. That's like just a quick.
Too bad we
16-hour
could.
jaunt.
Too bad we can't. Phil, too bad you can't build one in California, but the people don't like it.
Yeah. All right, Phil, why don't you take
It's
us
only
to
about a 2.5-hour plane flight out of Fresno. All right, let's move on to the next game here. We have Minnesota at Buffalo with a very banged up Josh Allen. The Bills are still favored by 3.5, although Case Keenum might be the starter. And the current total is 44. So Josh Allen is day to day.
What do you say Buffalo's favored by currently?
They're currently favored by 3.5.
Okay, that tells me that the Vegas doesn't think he's gonna play. It's when I did my my notes on yesterday, they were favored by 6,
Yeah, they're currently favored
and
by
so
3.5.
that line's moved a good amount.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he plays.
They haven't really said anything. Did you see
Day
that?
to day is what they said he
but
was.
Stephon Diggs put he tweeted yesterday, rejoice. I don't
Well,
know what
I
that
think-
means.
I
Do we
think
need to
it's-
look into that? Maybe you know the news.
I
maybe
think that it's
something good
not
happened
like
to
I don't think it's bad. Like I think they avoided like a serious like tear, but I mean they got to play the long game. They're Super Bowl contenders. There's no reason to force.
Case Keenum isn't bad, Jordan. Like for a backup, Case Keenum's a good backup. And he has chemistry with Stephon Diggs.
Yes.
For the Minneapolis
yeah,
Miracle.
for sure.
Revenge game for Stephon Diggs and Case Keenum, Phil.
well, the man that yeah, the AFC East is kind of wild. I mean, it's like every team there has a winning record.
Yeah, you have the Jets, you have the Patriots. Patriots are
Jets
kind of
and Dolphins.
yeah. Dolphins look good.
Yeah.
So like you can't like I was like, oh, maybe they can just kind of like float it in and then just make it into playoffs. But like really in the AFC East, like, and if you want to win the division, like it's pretty tough. Like if
It's hard to just say, hey, you sit them a game, and we can kind of throw this game away.
correct. Yeah,
Especially against the Vikings, yeah.
correct. And it's like, do you want to wait? If they lose and the Jets win, the Jets are in first place. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know. Like it just seemed like he was in some pain, and why rush? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if he plays here. I think Vegas is kind of hedging themselves because they don't know if he plays here. If Josh Allen plays, I mean, the 3.5 is really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's hard to talk about this game without knowing if Josh Allen's playing.
They have a good defense there. Like
If Allen is playing, you're playing all your guys. If Allen's not playing, man, I think you're still playing Diggs. I don't know about Gabe Davis. That one would scare me a little bit.
I think it'd be hard not to play him though. If you
It'd be hard not to play him, but it would definitely like worry me if Allen's not
you don't
playing.
think Case Keenum might not just send a missile to him though, like just a deep ball downfield?
a YOLO ball.
YOLO.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the speaking of Gabe Davis, the fantasy dad who does our dudes letter every Thursday is giving out a Gabe Davis signed jersey.
Oh,
So
really?
if you want to sign up for that, go to
You have to subscribe to us.
www.fantasyfootballdudes.com or just actually you have to go to his Twitter, which we will be retweeting that. So go follow us on Twitter at tffdudes. And there's some rules there. You have to follow him, you have to follow us, and you have to sign up for the dudes letter. But a signed Gabe Davis jersey, and he will be giving it away before the Sunday night football game. So kind of cool. Thank you, Fantasy Dad. We appreciate you for doing that. Let's clap it up for the Fantasy Dad. You know, second clap
Isn't he sending like a tri-tip too or something with
Oh,
the
yeah,
jersey?
yeah, maybe I don't know, maybe a T-bone or something. I don't know. No,
But
it's
like,
a signed jersey though, guys. That's
could
pretty
this
sweet.
be with an injured Allen, could we see a couple things? Number one, could he try and run a little bit more so he's not throwing the ball? Even though he has a banged up arm, he may try to run a little bit. Number two, could we see a bigger game from Singletary and maybe even Nyheim Hines?
Yeah, Nyheim Hines only played 6% of snaps last week.
I didn't see James Cook's snap share. You don't have to look it up. It probably wasn't that great either. But maybe a decent game out of Singletary.
It was like 15-20%. I think Singletary was at 70.
So maybe a decent game out of Singletary.
Yeah, I mean, I would think even if Keenum's playing, I think that's a big upgrade to Singletary, in my opinion. Just because I think they'll run the ball more a little bit.
Yeah, you would think so.
Yep.
I don't think Gabe Davis is that terrible. A lot of times when backup quarterbacks come in, they kind of have more chemistry with the second string receiver rather than the first string receiver.
Is Gabe Davis the second string receiver?
Is he the third? Like, what would you say he is?
I think he's the first string receiver on the other side.
No, I mean like the number two.
The number
like
two.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, but he already.
You'd be going for Khalil Shakir if you went second string receiver.
He kind of he already has that chemistry with Stephon Diggs, though, right?
Yeah,
So,
and obviously, I mean, Case Keenum's fine. Like, he's not the worst. Like, he's not like it's.
he might be better than some starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, he's probably more competent than some, like Sam Ellinger.
Ooh.
Fair point. It pains me to say that, but fair point.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like you're playing your Buffalo guys probably no matter what. On the other side, you're kind of playing Dalvin, Justin Jefferson. It is a tough matchup for Minnesota, though. I don't know if I'd stray too far off from just those two.
James Cook versus Dalvin Cook. You have a little brotherly
That is
love
cool.
matchup.
Big fun little jersey exchange at the end.
Split jersey situation for mom.
maybe
or
they.
whatever it
Yeah.
may be.
Yes, that's kind of cool.
Rivalry game.
I don't know if I'd call it that, but how many times? What's the over under on Minnesota Miracle getting talked about on the game on Sunday during this? They got to just be talking about that the whole time.
They hound.
Last time
They hound into things too much, and honestly, it's like
I probably hounded into it too much.
it's the same.
The term "hound into things" needs to be made. Like people need to say that more. Quit hounding into that.
Yeah, for sure. And they also it's the same thing for me. It's like the dual athlete. Like announcers stick to one thing and they just don't stop talking about it. And it's like, I don't want to hear you talk about that for the next 2.5 hours. So, scroll through your phone on Instagram, find me a funny video and talk about that.
Cat video.
Whatever it is, man. That is the one acceptable time to put it on mute. If they continue to cover the same topic, put it on mute and,
All right. I'm going to say that
It's hard to make a pick.
it's hard to make a pick. Man,
I don't mind going first. I'm gonna go Vikings.
I'm going to go Bills because it's at home. Bills Mafia. There's be tables broken. It's going to be cold, outdoor game. Bills Mafia. Seth, don't you dare give me a skull clap right now because I just picked the Bills and I can't do a skull clap picking the Bills.
Will Fitzy be there?
I just want to do a skull clap because it's really cool, but I don't, in my opinion, I don't think Josh Allen plays because a UCL is a pretty big injury. So if he does hurt it, if he plays and hurts it, he could be out for.
I mean, he's very. If it's like he
And
hurts
he's had-
it, if he
UCL
tears it, it's game over.
What's what I'm saying? He had a UCL injury his rookie year too. He missed a couple games. So he's had a problem with this UCL before. So they don't want to. If he tears it, he's possibly done playing football forever. So I think Case Keenum still plays, but
Is it forever or is it just Tommy John?
well, some guys never come back.
Yeah,
from
that's true.
Tommy John.
Tommy John.
I only believe you because you're a baseball coach. So I feel like you know a little bit more about Tommy
No,
John
yeah,
than
Tommy
me.
John can ruin you, but I would say I still think the Bills are going to win here.
I'm gonna go. Seth threw me for a loop there. I thought he was gonna
Dr.
say-
Seth over there.
Well, he talked
Trent
about
thought
Josh.
you were talking about Tommy Boy, like the movie.
Oh, Tommy Boy. Yeah.
I'm going Minnesota.
Brothers don't shake, brothers hug. All right. So we got. Am I the only guy?
Wait, you went with
picked the
Minnesota,
Bills.
right?
That's why he
Oh,
threw
you
me
picked the
for. He
Bills.
threw
You
me
picked
for
the
a loop
Bills?
there because he acted like he was going to take the Vikings.
No,
and-
I still think Case Keenum is actually going to do. I think he'll have a pretty good game. Actually,
Okay.
Dude, Case Keenum probably hates Minnesota now. Like he's going against the guy who replaced him.
So it's revenge game.
Yeah. Wonder how many times I'll get brought up on this pod. All right, Phil, take us to our next game, please.
Hey Trent, did you pick?
I said Bills.
You said Bills. You
Perfect.
said Vikings. Bills. Vikings.
Let's
All
go, Trent.
2v2.
All right. Sometimes I don't know what to do, Jordan, when he just says things where I'm like,
Just ignore him and move on.
yes, I know. I need to.
2v2,
It's
that's
too
a
hard,
common
it's too hard
saying.
not to. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, let's move on here. So we have basically a knife fight going on here between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears.
This is a great game.
This is
I'm
a fun
fired
game.
up
That's a
for
fun
it.
game.
I love knife fights for what it's worth.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a gritty game. It's going to be an intense, crazy game. Bears are currently favored by 3, and the current total right now is 48.5. We have 2 starts in this game. Because Trent said that
Wow,
awkward
dang.
thing before this, I'm going to let Jordan go and go ahead.
Trent's start is throwing me off here.
It's wild.
It's
I don't think there's a lot of bad starts this week, Jordan. Like, I actually think these are pretty favorable matchups, but I like this one. I like it.
I just shocked at the name that I'm looking at on my screen. I'm gonna go. My start is Jamal Williams here. Chicago's giving up the second most. Sorry, I had to read my handwriting there. Second most rushing yards and the most rushing touchdowns. I think it's 15, and the 4th most fantasy points to running backs. Williams saw 61% snaps last week, had 25 carries compared to DeAndre Swift's like 16% snaps. So they have the kid gloves on DeAndre Swift right now. You know, I don't know why they're just not sitting him out of games. It doesn't really make any sense what they're doing. He went from 50% snaps the first week back to 16% snaps last week. So my only concern would be if the Lions decide to like give Swift the full workload, but I just don't see that happening at this point. I don't know why. It's weird what they're doing with DeAndre Swift. But if Williams is going to see 61% snaps and 25 carries in this matchup, he's going to do well. I mean, it's a really, really, really favorable matchup for running back. So I really like Jamal Williams.
You have the 31st run defense, the Detroit Lions, going against the 30th run defense in the Chicago Bears. Like, neither one of these teams can stop the run. Justin Fields is a smash play, and that's my start of the week. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing Justin. Do you want me to get into who I actually have?
Yeah.
I would actually. I heard some guys talking about, like, is Justin Fields like the number 1 quarterback the rest of the season? Like, he's running so good.
He reminds me, and I'm mad at myself for not seeing this earlier. He's the Jalen Hurts. It's Jalen Hurts the year where Jalen Hurts, right? He came in, he took over from Carson Wentz.
I think he took over. Oh yeah, because he took over for Carson Wentz.
And it was like, guys, this guy, yes, he's not good at football. He's not a great quarterback. He's obviously good now, but he wasn't great back then. No. But he was running. The guys couldn't tackle. I'm watching Justin Fields just run all over guys that can't tackle him. He's running through people. He's doing whatever he wants on the football field. And he's such a good runner that he's a decent enough thrower to where he's getting guys are getting open for him. I'm kind of mad at myself for not seeing this earlier, but I think we got a Justin Fields where he's a really good fantasy quarterback right now.
What did Mike McDaniel tell him? Stop.
Yeah, he said, stop it. He said, stop it. And he said he didn't listen to him. He's like, I'm trying to coach the guy.
Did you see that, Jordan?
I didn't see that.
On the sideline when he ran out of bounds, Mike McDaniel's like, stop it, as he's running away.
Yeah. So my start of the week here, the Lions are not good against the pass. They're actually a great matchup for this. And I told myself I wasn't going to do this anymore, but I couldn't help myself. I'm going with Cole Kmet as one of my starts of the week. He has 3 touchdown catches in the last 2 weeks, so I think he finds the end zone here. So Cole Kmet.
Why didn't you just go like Darnell Mooney if you wouldn't have a pass catch?
Because he's going to catch a touchdown. You know, like I like Cole Kmet. Darnell Mooney, like I like giving tight ends love. I know it's a problem. It's a problem I have.
Hey, you know what, Trent?
5 points, 1 catch for a touchdown.
And he'll finish his tight end 3, and it'll be a great play.
No, but the Mooney thing here for Prize Picks is an obvious one.
Yeah, I like. I think it's fine, Trent. I just think it's funny that you went with Cole Kmet.
I know. I said I wasn't going to do tight ends anymore.
That might be the last time we ever say his name on this pod.
Hey, he's looking pretty good. They're not great against tight ends, you know.
Yeah, it's a great matchup for Fields. It's a great matchup for Mooney. Chase Claypool, I'd assume his snaps go up. He only played 35% last game. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're playing, I don't think for I know I said like play Jamal Williams. I don't know if you can play DeAndre Swift. Can you start DeAndre Swift?
The matchup is so good that if he gets 10 carries, he might get you some good points.
He played 16% snaps.
Yeah, that hurts.
It's tough to trust Swift. I like Williams, obviously. I think You're playing St. Brown. I think Montgomery's fine. He was back up to 70% snaps last week.
Yeah.
But man, I like Fields a lot in DFS this week. His price went up, but I like him. I like pairing him up with Darnell Mooney, bringing him back with Amon St. Brown or Jamal Williams. And yeah, it's a good spot for Fields, man. It's a great spot.
Cole Kmet is 44% rostered. So if you're in need of a tight end, he had 6 targets last week, and he had 2 the week before versus Dallas, but he caught a touchdown that game. So we're going for the third in a row, third time's a charm for another TD here. But do we want to pick a winner here? Do we want to pick, is there anything else we're missing here? Let's not leave any stones unturned.
Should we pick a loser instead of a winner? Since you said pick a winner, I'm gonna go Chicago.
Is it? Am I jinxing them if I go Detroit? If I go Detroit here,
I'm waiting for you to pick.
If I go Detroit here and they lose, I have to go against them the rest of the season. I'll do it just in principle because I want them to win. So I'm going Detroit here. I'm testing the waters, testing to see if I'm the jinx.
Experimenting.
Man, that changes things. I am going to go.
Am I the jinx? That's really what you have to ask yourself.
This is a tough one because, man, Seth, what are their records? I know you can see it right there. Can you see that there?
The Lions are 2-6, and the Bears are 3-6.
Okay, so
I'm going Bears here.
it's in Chicago.
After a fired-up game, the Lions are fired up.
They're fired up. The win streak, something that hasn't happened in Detroit in a long time. So, they're fired up, coming out ready to claw their way to the finish. So I'm going to go Bears win this one, So
he pulled a set there.
Yeah. I wanted to say, hey, win streak here, but how often does Detroit go on win streaks? You know what I'm saying? It's not in their blood yet.
Man.
I do love Jamal Williams, though, that flex he has, which I think, is it down here, Seth? Or is it down here? Look at the monitor.
What?
Never mind. I'm on
Phil, this is where you go to the next game.
Yeah.
I'm just giving a YouTube shout out. Who do I got on the bottom
He's
of the
not
screen?
even flexing on here, though.
Is it Amonra? It's Amonra St. Brown.
I don't know. He's pointing.
Yeah, it's Amonra. Pointing to the subscribe button, actually. Seth, Phil, give us the next game.
All right, we're moving on to the next game. We have Denver at Nashville at Tennessee. The Titans are currently favored by 3, and the line right now is 38. Trent, you have a sit in this game. Let's hop in here.
Like I said, I felt like everything was a pretty good play. I had a hard time actually picking my sits here. I went with the Denver backfield. I don't know who you trust there. The Titans are not bad against the run. That's actually am I looking at here?
They're the best.
Yeah.
They're the best against the run. They're the worst matchup.
Yeah, it's a bad matchup. I don't know. I could see Russ doing okay here. I feel like this might be more of a Russ game. But yeah, who do you trust in that Denver backfield, Jordan? I'm not excited.
I have to play Gordon in one of my leagues, which sucks. I know they've talked about how he's going to be the guy, but I'm hoping for 5 points out of Melvin Gordon this week. If I can scratch out 5-6 points, it might be okay.
Yeah, you're kind of in the same boat as, Clyde Edwards-Helaire owners.
Yeah,
right?
you're hoping that I can just maybe catch 5 passes for
You're hoping
yards.
You have the running back that falls into the end zone.
I don't know if there's going to be an end zone for that. I'm serious. I'm really hoping for the 30 yards rushing, the 4 catches for the 20 yards, and we can scratch out 5 points here and a half-point PPR from Melvin Gordon. I don't want to. Is that you're good with your sits?
Yeah, I'm going with that. I think if you want to play somebody, you can. The tight end in Denver, what's his name? The
Dolchich, man. The guy's a stud.
Yankovic.
No difference there between Dolchich and Yankovic.
He looks like Yankovic.
I like the passing game. The passing game,
actually, you're right.
The passing game is the better side of the equation here. So Judy, Sutton, Dolchich are all fine. I think Derrick Henry's in a good spot. Denver defense is fine. Their run defense isn't bad. It's not great either though. But you're just playing Derrick Henry. It is what it is. Is it too early to take my L on the Derrick Henry take?
No, it's not.
We still got
Dehembry's coming up, so if he stays healthy, it's be hard to.
Yeah,
they've got to help him out a little bit in the passing game. I could see them maybe. Yeah, and he's just
DFS wise. My only note here is that I think Cortland Sutton and Dolchich are too cheap.
Remember we all felt bad for Robert Woods leaving L.A. and going to Tennessee? I bet he's actually kind of happy now, playing for a playoff spot.
Yeah, he's just catching
2 passes.
like one pass a game, but
Cheaper, safer housing.
Yeah.
is Tannehill cheaper, safer? You're right.
He's like, and cheaper gas maybe too.
Cheaper gas.
cheaper
Like, I
everything.
feel like he upgraded a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
like we should feel
Nashville's
bad
nice.
for like
Nashville's
people who are
nice.
He just
still-
is a quarterback that literally cannot throw the
I've
football.
never seen Phill go after LA like this. This is weird, man.
I'm just saying, like Nashville seems kind of appealing. I'm not going to move, but like, if you see a cool house on Zillow, send it to me.
All right. Well, hey, sign up for our Dudes Letter, the only fantasy newsletter that'll make you laugh or cry. We have our waivers on Tuesday, and we have Dad Moves on Thursday with the Fantasy Football Dad. Be sure to go see that on our Twitter and sign up for that Gabe Davis signed jersey giveaway. Anyone else in here we kind of thinking of,
I'm not playing anyone on the Titans except for Derrick Henry. That's the only person I even think about putting in my lineup this week.
like, man, I'm just thinking like a deep super flex league, maybe like Malik Willis. I hope he runs around.
He's
like
bad. Like he's
yeah,
not.
he's not good. He's not good at throwing the football.
Which it does scare me with Henry. Though, like
What I hate that you don't see it though is because he reminds me of a young Jalen Hurts who can't throw the. I'm just kidding.
Jalen Hurts can at least complete
Yeah.
passes, man. Like Malik Willis is.
They knew he was a project though.
And the
You know
other
what I mean?
difference is that like he gets to hand the ball to Derrick Henry 25
Yeah.
times. So
And he really he's not throwing the ball good. But his best receiver is Robert Woods too. You know what I
there's
mean?
nothing
Like,
there. I saw
Woods is
Treylon Burks that got activated on the.
Woods is decent.
yeah, but he's a
He's a possession
He's a number
receiver.
two.
he's
yeah.
a number
Number
two.
two
He's
guy.
not who
Yeah.
you want your number one to be.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Maybe even
Burks
a
can help
number
him out.
three, let's be honest.
Oh man,
I'm
that's
going-
I don't know who to pick.
I'm picking
Yeah.
Tennessee.
I'm going Tennessee also.
I need Tennessee to lose. Jaguars are gonna lose this week anyway. So
Titans, let's ride.
yeah, I'm gonna go Tennessee. I'm gonna use my brain.
I gotta
Titans.
ignore this guy, man. What is this? What are you drinking? That green thing that's making you loopy.
It's just
man.
it's like energy, like natural energy that does not sponsor the pod, unfortunately.
I think
So will
someone slipped a little other.
I think it's
something other than,
fermenting in there.
It's like
yeah, that
green
is mold.
kombucha.
No, I don't do kombucha or whatever that stuff is. That stuff can, I don't know. It's disgusting.
Diva?
Booch boy,
This is a chia seed drink. No. All right, get into our next game, Phil.
Trini Bucci. All right,
TB.
stupid. All right, let's move on. Jordan, please help me out, man.
You made that
help
one happen
yourself out.
yourself.
All right, Houston at New York Giants. The Giants are currently, this is like the first week that the Giants have been favored all year. It's against Houston. And the current line total right now is 41. What do you guys think about this game? We don't have any starts or sits in it. I mean,
This game is like super simple for me.
Do we know if Brandon Cooks is playing?
I don't think
is
it
he-
matters.
But you think he'll sit
like
out again?
Saquon is obviously going to,
Yeah, it is
huge Saquon.
This is two
game.
of the worst top. This is both bottom 10 rush defensive teams in the league. You're playing Dameon Pierce. You're playing Saquon Barkley.
You could
I
trade
don't think-
Daniel Jones, I think,
guess.
if you have to.
Guess you could.
If you have Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't excite me a ton, but
Brutal.
hopefully you just.
Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson fill in,
I just don't see much else. Maybe Wan'Dale Robinson if you're desperate, but it's just Barkley and Pierce for me here, and let's move on. Same in DFS. Like
I'm going,
both too.
I'm
I don't
going
know.
Giants win this game. Phil,
Yeah, Giants for show.
Giants.
next game, please.
All right, next game. All right. Man, Jordan, this is like your two favorite teams playing each other. Are you kind of sad about this?
Ah, man,
He's
Give us- hold
actually
on.
he's
give us a breakdown. Let him talk. Let's
Yeah.
give us your
no,
feelings
I
heading
just
into this game.
I don't know. I like the game for DFS a little bit. Like it's maybe some Mahomes stacks.
No, but how does it make you feel? Like, give us the emotion behind it.
emotionally. How do you feel? Like
It's just easier if I just talk about the fantasy part.
This is gonna
Phil.
be one of the tougher Sundays of
Is
your
it,
life.
know
is it
what?
like
Here's the
bittersweet that Mahomes is just going to like beat the tar out of him?
Oh, it's 100% gonna happen. They're gonna kill the Jaguars. They're gonna.
George to be like it hurts so bad but feels so good.
No, this is why I'm gonna hedge this week. I'm gonna play a ton of Mahomes stacks and DFS, and I'm gonna root for the Jaguars, and I'm gonna be happy one way or the other. So
Will you put on a chick flick after this just to help you recover a little bit?
probably not. 'Cause
And a
Sunday
bowl
night
of
football
ice
game
cream.
after that later that night, Phil.
Bowl of ice cream,
Um,
nice rocky road, maybe some chocolate.
Yeah, the ice
syrup,
cream's not out of
sundae.
the.
Let's see what you did there.
I don't know though. Like this game, yeah, it'll be fun. Jaguars are big dogs. Like I I don't see them winning this game.
Big cats.
But
Yeah, they are felines for what it's worth. Phil, can you give us the line, please? Like, you didn't even do that, did
that's
you?
what I'm saying. The
Oh,
big
yeah,
underdog.
Hey, do we need the line for
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a good
so
total. It's high
the Chiefs
total, though.
KC is currently favored by 9.5.
a-
The total is 50.5.
Yeah, it's a good total. It's high total.
Trent
so
has a start in this game also.
I have a start. Yeah.
Go for it, Trent. Go for it.
I'm
Trent.
going Christian Kirk, man. I think they're going to have to play him. They're going to be, maybe getting the break speed off of him. But I think that he's going to get some catches. It's KC is, the fourth best matchup for wide receivers. So I think that this is a good Christian Kirk play right here. I feel good about it. And maybe get some garbage time, because garbage time counts too. So I'm going Christian Kirk as my other start of the week here.
I think Mahomes has to throw a lot here. I think the Jaguars' run defense is starting to get better. I think they got that D tackle back. So I think Jaguars will throw quite a bit from behind too. I do think they're going to get ETN the ball though. Like ETN's going to be involved.
Mahomes is going to lead them in rushing probably again too, like he did last game.
That backfield is an absolute disaster. You had CEH played 17% snaps last week. Jerick McKinnon played 60%. Pacheco played 20%. Who knows? I think it's kind of one of those things where if they can't run the ball, they're just going to have McKinnon in there and they're going to throw.
Is this a CH sit week for you? Or
I think it's always a CEH sit week at this point.
Hopefully you're not in that situation where you're having to make that decision like me, but you are.
Their wide receivers
And I'm
aren't
here for you.
Their wide receivers aren't any better. Like MVS, Juju are leading the snap percentage. Hardman's only playing 50% snaps, but they're getting the ball a ton. It feels like
Hartman looks pretty
you
good.
would. Sky Moore's still in there for about 20%. You would think that Kadarius Toney played 9%. You'd think they're going to get him more involved, and that's only going to go up. I know last week Andy Reid said there was only certain packages they could put him in for. So you would think that's only going to go up. I don't know. I think Juju's kind of the guy there, but it's weird. I like Kirk and ETN. Lawrence is probably okay. Lawrence or Daniel Jones?
I think I might go Lawrence here.
I think I go Lawrence too.
Lawrence.
And also, this is kind of the season for Patrick Mahomes where he's always just been loaded with weapons. And I think this is one of his first years. Obviously, he still has Kelsey there. One of his first years that he doesn't have Tyreek.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to spread it around. And I don't know. I just think Mahomes is a
Just
throw.
trying to give your boy a little love.
Yeah,
Spread
I
some
just
holiday cheer.
I mean, the guy is he's really good. Like I think he's the best quarterback in the league still. So, I'm going to go Mahomes. I'm going to play a ton of Mahomes and stacks and DFS, bring it back with Kirk and ETN, but I don't know.
All right, I'm going Chiefs win this game.
Chiefs.
Oh, Jordan, that's got to sting.
hurts.
It's the first
But it
game
also feels
against the
good.
Jaguars this week. Like, I just, here's the deal.
How could you do that? How could you do
No,
that?
let me explain myself.
Ouch, I'm going to touch it again.
I pick the Jaguars every single week. They lost to the Broncos, and I told myself I'm not picking them every week just because they're my team. I'm going to use my brain. I thought they were going to beat the Raiders. I thought it was a really good spot for them to get a win. There's no way they're going into Arrowhead and winning this game. I think they could cover the 9.5. That wouldn't shock me.
Give me the spread and I'll go with the Jags.
No.
You say that every game.
But I do think they could cover the 9.5. I just don't think they win this game. I don't see how they win this game. And I will be the first one to be extremely happy if they do. I will take the L. I will take the loss here if the Jaguars win and be very happy.
You might cruise Main Street if the Jaguars win this game.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be.
If Mahomes
You'd be
throws,
torn.
Mahomes throws for like 450 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the Jaguars win this game, that is like the best of both worlds right there.
Hannah Montana, she said it,
You bring up Hannah Montana, I think, more than any other movie on.
because when you
More
say
than
best
any
of
other
both
adult
worlds,
male.
It should.
All right.
When's the
Well,
last
I'm gonna
time
be
you
like
watched that
I'm gonna be
show?
like my friend Taylor, and I'm gonna shake that one off. So let's get to the next game.
All right. Cleveland at Miami. Miami's currently favored by 3.5. I hate my job here. Honestly,
We probably should take that whole game out of the pod. Honestly, like
Phil, it's
Jordan's
charity that
emotions,
you're
here.
Jordan's emotions spilling out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. The current total is 48.5. We don't have any starts or sits in this game. Talk to me, folks. What do we got here? What are we doing?
Tua, baby, poi pounder. Who do you want to play on the Browns? Maybe you probably got to play Cooper. If
It's
you
a
got
great
Amari
spot
Cooper.
for Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Yep.
This past defense is not good. I mean, look good. Their defense isn't good in general. Look what Fields did to him last week. Chubb's in a good spot. Cooper's in a better spot. The Mostert Wilson thing is annoying. It's 50-50 split, snaps wise, so kind of carries wise too. So who knows there? It's not a great matchup for Miami, but I don't think it matters with this offense and how they're throwing the ball right now. It's Tyreek and Waddle every single week. So I don't know. Cooper, a sneaky guy here, Donovan Peoples-Jones. If you are in desperate need of a receiver, I think Donovan Peoples-Jones is kind of an interesting player. He's been really good the last few weeks. Consistently like 9, 10 fantasy points every week. So
DPJ, baby.
I like Donovan Peoples-Jones. I like Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones and DFS a little bit too.
Yeah, just the tight end love. Like Njoku's back.
I don't know if
or I think he's trending towards being back. I thought
it was like a 3 to 4 week injury with him.
Let me see. I thought I got an alert today that
He never. Yeah, he was just out. He was never on IR.
on the Njoku.
He is projected like 7.5 fantasy points this week. But I still think I'm gonna play my other tight end over him.
He did not practice today on Wednesday, but he expects himself to be available to play this week against Miami. So, but yeah, you got Njoku maybe coming back. Gesicki, if you just want to pray for a touchdown catch. Do we need to touch on anything else in this game? Really, like
Pretty straightforward. What are you gonna do with Mostert? I mean, it's weird. The backfield's messed up. It's just they kind of, I don't know.
You probably have to play him. He got a touchdown last week, and Wilson got a touchdown too, and just hope he's the hot hand.
Singletary or Mostert?
I think you go Singletary just because, especially if
this
Josh
week,
Allen
right?
doesn't play, you go Singletary, but it might be a better matchup.
Because
for
some of these
Mostert.
RB who kind of went no RB in their drafts, they might have a lot of those guys probably have Ramondre Stevenson. And he's on bye this week. So it's very possible guys could have like Singletary, Stevenson, and
Cleveland's
Mostert.
not great against the run, for what it's worth.
Yeah, I'm just curious because I mean, there's probably guys who have like those 4 running backs, and you gotta try to figure out who you're playing in those no RB drafts.
So what are we taking here? Who do
Or
you
zero
who do you
running
have?
back.
I'm going Miami.
I'm going Miami.
Dolphins.
Miami.
Cool. All right, moving on here. We have the Saints at Pittsburgh. The Saints are currently favored right now by 2.5, and the total is 40.5. This one, I mean, what do we want to talk about here? Is there much to talk about?
It's a really good spot for Chris Olave. Really good spot for Olave. Good spot for Kamara. Najee's in a decent matchup, but do you trust that at all? Probably not.
Do you feel comfortable streaming Dalton? Is Dalton still the guy there? Have they made
Not really
on that?
but
Yeah, Steelers are giving up. They're the 31st team against the pass. They're giving up 277 yards per game. It's like I wanted to make Najee Harris my sit of the week, but you can't do that every week. You know what I mean? Like Jalen Warren, Mike Tomlin came out and talked about Jalen Warren getting more involved. I don't know if he's just saying stuff or if that he really means it.
I mean, Najee played 70% snaps last week.
So
I just really like Chris Olave. I almost made him a start, but it seemed a little too obvious. So I like Olave quite a bit here.
yeah, maybe Taysom Hill game, Phil.
Tay.
I'm just gonna say that the winner of this game. Let's just make a pick here. You're playing Kamara, obviously. I'm gonna say, man, I think I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. Just,
I'll ride with you. I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
I think I'm gonna go. Man, it's home team 2.5 spread. That means I think it's about even. I'm gonna go with Saints win this. I can't get myself excited.
Who is
No, they
favored?
don't
Who's
think-
favored in
they
this
don't
game?
think it's even.
The Saints
The
2.5.
Saints are 2.5.
Yeah.
Isn't that favor? What is it?
No, because
three.
Pittsburgh's at home.
Yeah. So yeah.
So really, they think that they're about 4.5, 5 on a neutral field.
Okay, I'm going Saints.
I'm going Saints too.
I'm going Saints as well. I think Kamara has a good game.
I'm going
All right.
Pittsburgh.
Well, if you're looking for some extra fantasy help from trades to waivers or barbecue, join our Dude Nation Discord. It's the perfect place for you. There is a link in the show notes. Phil, give us our next game here.
All right, next game here. We have an NFC West matchup. The Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are currently favored by 2, and the line is, or the total, is 43.5. Matt Stafford is on concussion protocol. Jordan, you have a sit in this game, and then we can get in a little bit more here.
Yeah, so I got James Conner as a sit here. The Rams are still like a really good run defense for all their deficiencies this year and how much you talk about their offense. Their defense is actually still really good. So, still a really tough matchup for really tough run defense. They allowed the third least rushing yards, and they've only allowed 4 touchdowns this year. Their top 10 in fantasy points allowed to running backs. I think the Rams are going to kind of force Kyler to throw the ball and, stop the run. So, and I know Kyler's actually hurt. He's on the injury report. So I saw that he's kind of day-to-day too. So, I mean, if Kyler's out, I even like to sit James Conner even more because I just don't see how they're just going to put 8 in the box and stack the box and I'll let James Conner beat them. He did get back to full, came back his first week off injury and he was playing 70% snaps, but it's just a brutal matchup for Conner.
Do you think Stafford plays like with the new concussion rules? I really don't even.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, so we could get because I saw Kyler. I mean, they said what'd they say? Like not serious, but not like nothing either. I think is how they phrased it. Like not serious concern, but it's not nothing. So, and it's
a hamstring.
Hamstring. I mean, he always struggles with those kind of injuries. So, yeah, I mean, there's a possibility to get 2 backup quarterbacks in this game, which would change things dramatically.
Is it Colt McCoy there?
Is he still there? He might still be there.
I think it's Colt McCoy. I think it's Colt McCoy and John Wolford who may be playing this game.
That would be something.
Is Wolford still there?
Yep,
Yeah,
he's the guy.
Wow. Okay. Man, this is a really hard one to pick. I'm gonna say.
Do we need to talk about anything else in this game? Like, is DeAndre Hopkins? Rondale Moore is just a target hog. Like, he's getting a lot of targets, and you're playing Cooper Kupp. I mean, there's kind of not much else here. You're not playing anyone. You're not starting anyone on the Rams other than maybe Allen Robinson if you're forced to. But I mean, if Stafford's not playing,
I think Higbee's more of a better choice than Robinson.
Higbee's done nothing the last couple weeks, man.
Has he scored a touchdown yet? Like he was getting some targets, and he had a bad game last week, but
yeah,
but you probably have to play him if you have him. But yeah, he hasn't scored double digits since week 4 versus.
Did he
San
zero?
Francisco.
He zeroed last week, right?
He zeroed last week, yeah, and then he had 2 points for San Francisco.
Yeah, it's just bad.
So I think it's more of a Stafford thing personally, but
I mean, if Woodford is playing, maybe he likes Higbee a little bit.
Yeah, I don't
Who
know.
knows what happens on that one.
I'm gonna take the Rams here.
I'm taking Rams. All right,
I'm gonna go.
Trent,
I'm gonna go Cardinals. Man, it's getting cold here, man.
It is getting cold. It kind of just warmed up a little bit. You're wearing that little, half sleeve,
nice little number here, but
short sleeve little windbreaker action going on there.
I wish I had a hoodie on, hoodie and sweatpants season. I will say it's nice doing this pod though, and not having to like take a shower because I'm dripping with sweat because of how hot it is in here. But it's cold now,
You
so
can shower regardless, just as a heads up. But yeah, no, I agree with you. It's just a common, hygienic thing to do.
I'll take
For all of our listeners out there, I'm sure they probably struggle with that. Like, just shower, All right, moving on here. We have the Colts, Sam Ellinger's Colts at the Los Angeles.
Jeff Saturday's Colts for what's worth.
Saturday's Colts revenge game
That are playing on Sunday.
And Vegas is currently favored by 6. The line is 42.5. We have 2 sits in this game. Man, you guys have doubled up on 2 games. This is a little bit uncommon.
This is I don't know. The Raiders are playing, so it'll probably be a fun game. I hope I don't
Why
get.
are you giggling?
I hope I don't get added back to that Raiders group chat. But I'm saying Josh Jacobs. The Colts aren't terrible against the run. If the Colts win this game, it's not going to be because of anything their offense does.
Yeah.
Like this offense, they said the Colts don't have anyone on their staff that's ever called plays before in the NFL. Jeff Saturday probably has done some audibles or kind of something, working with Peyton Manning. But I'm going Josh Jacobs with Buckner and all those guys there. I don't love the matchup, and he was really hot for a while. I think this is going to be, if the Raiders win this game, they're going to do it through the air, and I don't see them like blowing them out, so I think they might throw a majority of it. But Jordan, what's your sit here?
Yeah, I got Michael Pittman. It's not actually a bad matchup. The Raiders aren't very good against the pass. But I just don't trust this Colts offense with Sam Ellinger. He has disappointed me. I thought he was going to do better. I know he's disappointed you, Phil. Michael Pittman has less than 60 yards in his last 3 games, and with Ellinger at quarterback, there's not going to be that many chances really to throw the ball down the field. You really need a touchdown out of him. And he scored 1 touchdown this year, and that was week 1. So it is really tough for me to really like want to count on Michael Pittman. So, which is really sad because I think he's a really good talent, and I think if he is a normal quarterback, I mean,
If he's going to be putting up good.
yeah, he's going to be putting
If
up
the
really
Colts
good numbers.
don't figure this stuff out, they're going to lose Jonathan Taylor and they're going to lose Pittman. Like the guys just be like, hey, I don't want to deal with this, So hopefully Saturday can pull the pieces together.
Or they're tanking and they're trying to draft. You're going to try to draft like a CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, Because, I mean, Pittman would be an awesome, you can give Pittman and Taylor's trying to like a stud rookie quarterback. That's what you need.
The Colts have hit the lotto, when it comes to getting quarterbacks early in drafts.
Yeah.
I mean, Luck, Manning,
I mean, Andrew Luck really set the Colts franchise back 10 years, right? I mean, because he was supposed to be their quarterback for another 10 years and he retired.
Yeah.
Apparently, they reached out to him.
Was that last year? Didn't they reach out
This
to him?
year.
Or they did
Oh,
again?
really?
I don't know if that's true. I saw some.
It is crazy that guy, I know we're going on a tangent here, but it is crazy that guy's actually retired and stayed retired.
And looks homeless.
Yeah, that too. I mean,
That's just as crazy as him retiring, honestly. He
He has
always
like a
kinda,
weird. He has that. He went to Stanford.
yeah.
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he's like an MD somewhere
Yeah.
in Indianapolis.
Right. I'm going
That's a
right.
doctor.
Okay. I'm going to. Are you positive? I'm going. I'm going. Raiders win this game.
I'm going right.
Got Raiders.
Raiders.
Although it'd be sweet to see an upset there. All right, moving on here. We have the Dallas Cowboys at Green Bay Packers. The current line is Dallas is favored by 5. The current total right now is 43. Jordan, you have a start in this game.
Mike McCarthy revenge game. This is like the 9th time we've said that this pod.
Yep, he was they asked him.
Aaron Rodgers says they give him a hug.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if he was joking when he said that, but I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe give him a hug. I don't know.
That's not a very Aaron Rodgers thing to say.
Maybe I fell for some fake tweet too. I don't know.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, you've been known to do
Thought
that.
it was Pat McAfee for what it's worth, but
This is I got Alan Lazard to start here. It is a tough matchup for Green Bay, but it's just a volume-based play for me. Lazard has 7+ targets in his last 5 games and 11 targets last week. Dubs is out. Christian Watson always seems to be hurt. And, I mean, Rodgers is going to force him the ball, I think, even in a tough matchup. He has to throw the ball to somebody. They probably won't be able to run the ball that well. So, Rodgers is going to be dropped. He has to throw to somebody. It might be 5-yard passes every time, but Lazard's their best wide receiver. Rodgers likes him. It's a volume-based play for me.
yeah. It's the only guy there that he's really like familiar
Him and
with.
Tanyan are the only 2 guys. He obviously hates Sammy Watkins. The guy is actually playing football for the first time in week 10 in probably years, and he's out there running wind sprints. So
Yeah. It's I think you can play Pollard and Zeke in this matchup. Like
it's a really great matchup
It's a
for
good
running
matchup,
backs.
and you really only need like 8 carries from Pollard to really get something. Zeke maybe gets the touchdown.
is Zeke playing?
That's the problem. We don't know, and if he doesn't play, it's a
Tony
smash for
Pollard
Pollard.
is just like lock him in.
So, but yeah, I think Dallas side you're playing.
You're playing Pollard, the running backs, and you're playing CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah. For what it's worth, Schultz led the Cowboys in targets last week, or 2 weeks ago. Dalton did. So maybe he gets things going here. And he was, I think, 2nd in yards. Yeah, only behind CD. So he's getting back 100% there. I'm going Dallas wins this game in Green Bay. And how many times will it get brought up that this is the first time Dallas has been back to Lambeau since Dez caught it? I get brought up a lot.
I think they'll probably talk a little bit more about the.
Rodgers, McCarthy memories.
Yeah,
Maybe they'll do a little slideshow in the middle there. That'd be kind of cute.
Are we all taking Dallas here?
we are.
Yeah, I'm taking
All right.
Dallas. One last thing about Zeke. It said he's limited and he wants to get more reps this week to see if he can play on Sunday.
Yeah, of course, because one more week of Tony Pollard and he's not going to have a job.
Yeah, so I think there's actually yeah, Jordan's right. I think he's actually
I
having,
mean, like,
Jordan's in free. Yeah. I mean,
I think everyone kind of wants that a little bit. Not me.
Except
I
for
haven't
Trent.
this year. Not this
Trent-
year.
Yeah,
Next
not
year.
this year. Yeah.
what would you if you had
when Trent takes his L on Ezekiel Elliott, I'll take my L on Derrick Henry.
Well, what do
When you
think-
take your L on Michael Thomas, I'll take. I'm just kidding.
Trent, what do you give us your emotional feelings about this?
Can you guys all leave the room for an hour? I'd like to just talk with me and the listeners.
Okay.
3 hours later.
I've heard one of those pods, and it was not good. No, remember when you used to do the pod solo sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
Those are they're
It was
decent.
30 minutes.
I listened to 2 back-to-back one time, and that's, I think, probably what put me over the edge. All right, moving on here. We have the Chargers at the Niners. The Niners are currently favored by 7, which I think is kind of high, even though they are at home. And the current total right now is 45.5. No starts, no sits in this game. What are we thinking here?
CMC breakout game
Yep.
on national television. Maybe a hurdle, maybe a touchdown pass. I don't know. But CMC off the bye week,
Does he have a better game than he did 2 weeks ago?
It's an awesome spot for CMC.
Do you think he gets more than 36 fantasy points?
It's possible. I mean,
His projection is 21, and that's half point PPR. So, I mean, at PPR, he's probably at 25 or higher.
His floor, yeah.
His floor, or that's what his projection is.
yeah, I think he's in a really good spot here with McCaffrey. So, Josh Palmer's still in play, I think, with Keenan Allen. Who knows what that guy's going to do? Mike Williams still out.
Can
so
people drop Keenan Allen? I guess if you held him
I'm
this
not,
long, but
I have Keenan Allen. I'm not going to drop him. But a tough matchup for the Chargers. Palmer's fine. Eckler's a volume play. Really good spot for CMC. And I think Kittle is fine if Debo is still out. Is Debo playing or not playing?
I'm not seeing anything about.
I think Keenan Allen is one, maybe it's like 30 rage drops away from like having a breakout game, so if you're listening and you have him, maybe take one for the team. Probably
Trent,
don't
you've been
do
known to do that. So
You think Eckler has a pretty good game, too?
I think it's just a volume play. I
Yeah.
think you just have,
Yeah.
you're just gonna
He
get
might
dump
he might
offs
get all the
and-
touchdowns this week, too.
Samuel's a full participant.
Yeah. So I think you're playing Debo, obviously. So it's a really tough spot for the Chargers, though. I'm going San Francisco.
49ers.
I'm going 49ers.
Chargers.
Bolt up, baby. All right, Phil, what do we got next here? Monday Night Football. This is going to be a shellacking, maybe?
This is a
Proper word?
Well, I don't know. We thought that was going to happen last week, and then it was a tough game.
It's the NFL, it's the NFL.
You're right. It is the NFL, and the Eagles are
good to know.
It's the NFL. Anyone can beat anyone, guys. Don't take the Eagles don't take the Commanders for granted.
Yep. So the Eagles are currently favored by 11, and the total right now is 44. No starts, no sits in this game.
Just play the guys here. Like
Probably have to play Terry McLaurin.
I think
it's
that's
not
the
a great
one. It's a
matchup.
tough matchup. You're playing McLaurin. I don't really want to touch the backfield in this matchup. And then AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders, Jalen Hurts,
We need
Dallas
a good.
Goddard.
We need
like,
a good Devontae Smith game. Maybe this is his get right
Yeah.
game. He's kind of been, not done great. the
It's
last
just
couple
hard
games.
because
They don't need
AJ
him.
Brown is the alpha there, and Dallas Goddard's like the second. I think Hurts really likes Dallas Goddard. I mean, see in the interview after last week how much he was just talking about how Goddard was his boy and like so. I don't know. It's just you're playing the guys there. I think you can play still Devontae Smith here. So
Yep. So, all right, I'm gonna go. You guys want to give me the points on the Commanders? 11 is a ridiculous amount.
it's in Philadelphia, but no.
Do I want to give you the points?
No.
I'm not starting this game because he's to say yes. Then he's to be like, hey, you owe me one.
Yeah.
Then it's good.
We're all taking Philly.
Yeah.
We are all taking Philly.
I'll take Philly. I'm not happy to take him, but I'll take him in a fight.
Love, Trent. Brotherly love.
Brotherly love.